Good day, everyone. You are welcome back to Learn with Bamboo. So we are moving to question number 4 of the new general mathematics of page 20, exercise 2A. So the number 4 says, how long will it take to count to 1 million if it takes an average of 1 second to say each number? Then give your answer to the nearest half day. How long would it take to count to 1 million? Counting to 1 million. Starting from 1 up to 1 million. What is the time, the total time it will take? Will it take days? Will it take years? Will it take century to get to 1 million? After this lesson, after solving this, we will know the correct numbers of days or the time or the years if it is, but it is surely not year. It will actually be what? Days. So let's move on with it. And it is said that averagely, if it takes a second to say a number, irrespective of how big the number is, it is averagely, it is that it takes a second to say the number. So it means that for 1 second, for a second, it is assumed that we said one number. For 60 seconds, how many numbers can we say? The final answer is that we will have said what? 60 numbers. For 60 minutes, we know that 60 minutes make 1 hour, meaning for 1 hour, it will have taken us 60 by 60, we have said 60 by 60 numbers, since we know that 60 seconds make 1 minute. So 60 minutes will also be what? Is said to be 1 hour. So in 60 minutes, which is equivalent to in 1 hour, in 1 hour, we have said 3,600 numbers. Now, we are still moving to 1 million, and this is just 3,600. So we still have a lot to do. So in our counting, so hours, how many hours? What about days? We have 24 hours in a day. So in the whole day, in 24 hours, what numbers it is expected of us to have said? It is 24 multiplied by 3,600, as we have been doing in the from the first beginning. So we then multiply them. So let's multiply it. 360, 3,600 times 24, 0. 6 times 4 is 24. So we keep 4, we carry 2. Then this is what? 14. Here we have 0, we have 2, we have 7. So we add 0, 4, 6, 8. So it means that at the end of this, we will have said 86,400 numbers. At the end of a day, at the end of the day, we will have said 86,400 numbers, which is still far from where we are going. We are going to 1 million. This can then take us, don't forget, meaning in a day, in one day, we'll have said 86,400 numbers. Now, in a week, let's move on. In a week, we know that 7 days make a week. So in 7 days, so what total numbers what we should have said? So it's what we said, 7 times 86,400 numbers. So let's multiply, meaning that in a week. So let's multiply it. So 8 times 4, that is 28. So we keep 2. 8 times 6, that is 42, plus that is 44. So we have 58 here with 0, 0, meaning at the end of a week, we'll have said 584,800 numbers. I think we are beyond half of a million now. So we are moving. So in a week, in 7 days, we'll have said more than half of a million. So from this, we can begin to predict the final days, to estimate the numbers of days that it will require us to count 1 to 1 million. Since in a week, we have said more than half of it. It means that the whole of the number can be said in just less than 2 weeks. That is the meaning. But let's be more factual. Let's get to a more accurate level. In a week, we have said 884,800 numbers. Meaning from 1 to 884,800, we have that takes a week for us to say. So if you know what is the difference, it means that the difference between this and 1 million is not up to 500,000 again. That is the meaning. So in this case, we will now say, okay, since it is less than 500,000 again, we can't say in 2 weeks. If you say in 2 weeks, that means it will be more than that. So rather, we will start moving, since the something says give your answer to the nearest half day. So let's assume that from the calculation that we have calculated before, in a day, it is said that we said 86,400 numbers in a day. So what if we said in 5 days? Or should we say in 4 days? Okay. In another 4 days now. In another 4 days. So let's do that in another 4 days. So how many other things have been said? So meaning 4 times 86,400 numbers. So let's multiply it. 4 times 4, that is 16. Keep 1. 4 times 6, that is 24 plus 1, that is 25. 4 times that is what? 33. Then you put the 3 zeros. That means in 4 days, we have said this in addition to what has been said in a week. So, meaning, how many weeks? We have 7 days now. Meaning in 11 days. In 11 days, we will have said 584,800 plus 335,600 numbers. So let's add it. 0, 0, 4, 0, 2, and then 9. So we'll have said these numbers at the end of 11 days. In 11 days, we'll have said 920,400 numbers. This is still below 1 million. In 11 days, we have not reached a million. So we can still move on. Okay? But what is the number that is left? The difference is not up to 100,000 again. It's not up to 100,000 again. So in that case, we can move on to say that since it is not up to 100,000 again, and even it is not even up to 86,400 again, it is not up to that. So in that case, we have to, since it is said give your answer to the nearest half day, so we can now say, okay, what about if we should add some hours to it? Are we going to reach our final destination of counting up to 1 million? So let's say in 12 hours, or should I say yes, in 12 hours, or should I say in 14 hours, for example. So in another 14 hours now, another 14 hours. 14 hours. So meaning 14 times the numbers of in hours. It is said that we said 3,600. So let's multiply this one by that. So let's multiply it. So we have 3600 multiplying 14. So we have 0, 0. We have 4. Keep 2. We have 14. 0, 0. We have 6, 3. So we have 0, 0, 4. Then we have 0, and then we have 5. So we have 50,400. So when we add 50,400 to that, so in another 14 hours added to the 11 days of counting. So we have 920,400 plus 00405. So let's add it. 00 80. We have 7 there. We have 9. So we are still 4 short of that. So let's add another extra hours to it. Let's add another extra hours to it, meaning that in another let's say 3 hours. Should we say 3 hours? Let's say in another 20 hours. 20 hours may be too much. So let's say 10 hours. So meaning 10 times 3,600. And that will give us 36,000. That will give us 36,000. So when you add 36,000 to it, that will be more than 1 million. That will be more than 1 million. Meaning that we can't, if it is, that means we will have be counted beyond 1 million. Then that will now make us to stop there, because we are asked to give our answer to the nearest half day. Half day. Looking at this, in 14 hours, we are able to get to this. So if you should increase it beyond by a day, we will exceed 1 million. And that is to tell you that to the nearest half day, the one that is closer is for us to pick in the next 12 hours, which is what? Half day. If you said 16 days, it will be more than one. We will have exceeded 1 million. So in that case, we will say that to the nearest half day, we will have said up to 1 million when the time it will take us will be what? 11, which is this 11, and then half day. 11 and half day. This half day simply means 12 hours. 12 hours to nearest 11 half day, and that is our final answer. So it will take us 11 and a half day for us to count from 1 to 1 million. Starting from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, up to 1 million. It will take us 11 and a half days. 11 and a half days for us to count it. Given the conditions that it takes us 8 seconds to say a number. Thank you for listening. Thank you.